Hey guys, my name is Joby and I'm putting this on my channel, Chibimaru, and it's my first time making a video of games that I play. So this is one game that I really like to play, and I think I'll be making some extra videos on this in the future. So it's a game called Soccer Spirits, and I've been playing it for a really long time now, maybe like 2 or 3 years, and I've never spent any money on the game. I pride myself on not spending money on games, maybe except for like League of Legends, but I haven't played that game in a really long time. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought for the first video that I ever put out that I'd like to show you guys my team. So my goal was, when I started the game, I really liked Whirlwind players, like the art, and so I really wanted to make a Whirlwind mono team, or mono Whirlwind team. So here's my formation. Okay, so here's my team, and as you can see, the team ability is only LL, but I think that's pretty good for someone who hasn't played for, like, I've played like on and off, you know, here and there. So here's some of my players. So actually, as you can see here, I have a Shanti at level 70 at plus 160 power up and full max SPU, but I haven't been using her recently because I feel like my Beatrice has actually been doing it a lot better for me. I think it might have to do with her critical and critical damage, even though Shanti, I feel like, has been able to get up to that 100% penetration. Beatrice has been doing really well for me, especially with my stones on her. I have my Dragon's Bone on her, and I feel like this Dragon's Bone has a really good property. So like it increases the receiving pass effect by 9.6%. So that's really good, I feel like. And I have some other good substats, like this one, Seething Abyss, also has increased penetration, and this one, this Realizing Cycle, has also increases penetration power by 16%. Like, that's kind of crazy when you look at this one and it says the Dragon's Bone only increases it by 25%. So I feel like this stone is like so good. And I also have this stone on her, so it really helps with adding the penetration, and she gets up to almost like 80-90-ish even without El Chitusa on my team. And you can see that I did have an El Chitusa on my team before, but it was mainly to get my Shanti up to 100% penetration. And I was also using her ace skill. So anyway, let's move on. And this is my favorite passive of the whole game. I have Narizel here, plus 160, level 70, max SPU. And these are my stones on her. I don't have any rerolled slot for the red ardor, which would be cool, you know, like if I could make this into the ignition catalyst and I could try that, like center mid Narizel cheese with, like, what's his name, Furion. But anyway, this is what I have on her so far. I have not fully, a lot of my stones are not like fully leveled up to 15, because sometimes I like to switch it around and see what works better. But right now, this is what I have on her. It works pretty well. Really high reflex, and just really strong all around. And I also think that the Bond of Silence helps with the action bar. So since Narizel is already really fast, it helps out with keeping the action bar high, and she can keep on stealing. So yeah, and I also have Evelyn here, and I opted for Evelyn instead of El Chitusa because, like I said, Beatrice already has quite a high penetration, and I was trying to make sure that if we go against a Kirna, that we can have someone here to help with critical rate. So yeah, Evelyn is really strong actually, and has super high speed, and with the reflex buff, it actually helps out with as you can see, increases the reflex by 30% within the position, helping out Narizel as well with stealing and counterattacking. So yeah. Next, I have Aslan. Oh my gosh, I love Aslan so much. I worked so hard to get her, and I'm really bad at super boss matches. I don't know the name, but yeah, this is the first one that I ever got, and the only super boss that I have so far. And I just really like Aslan, and I like the art of the skin, so I got her. and after around like 30 tries. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so here are my stones on her. I'm not really sure if this is the optimal build, but I do have an Earth's Cry on her. I initially put Earth's Cry on Kirel and Kiki before, but since I only have one Earth's Cry, I decided I'd put it on Aslan, as I've seen some other players have it on her and it seems to work well. And I feel like Kirel doesn't actually need the Earth's Cry. I mean, it's probably a really good stone on him, but since I don't have other stones, other Earth's Cries, then I have to put it on Aslan. And yeah, she's been really good so far. I feel like she's a really strong midline character that has good buffs for the team, you know, with all these like buffing the other attackers and defenders, and the defenders and goalkeepers, especially for my goalkeeper Ire. I don't think my Ire actually has a affection chain with anyone on my team. Like, I'm not gonna put on Vermilion Bird or Saramir, even though I've seen some really cool videos. I think Metacom put one out with Vermilion Bird, and he seems pretty strong, I guess, but since I have Kirel, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. Maybe I will build up a Vermilion Bird and try it out, but I feel like my Kirel just has a really good Cry of Glory has a really strong allied team buff, so he's been a really great like center mid for me, and he's just super strong, super high counterattack resistance. These are my stones on him. I didn't know what to put for the unique, so I just had an extra Blazing Essence, so I thought I might as well put it on. And yeah, so these are my stones. He's just such a staple on my team, and I got him when I was level 30 for the free legendary, so yeah, I'm really excited about him. Next, I will be showing you my Jade Rakshasa. So I was a real skeptic about Jade at first, but I've come to really like her. She buffs the allies within the position by 35% in reflex and attack power, so that really helps out with, especially with Aslan and Kirel, so I think they just meshed really well. I also added a Blazing Essence on her because I didn't know what else to put on her. I don't have many uniques, so yeah, this is what I have so far, and 2 reflex stones and a steel, so yeah. And next I have Magnus. Oh my gosh, Magnus is such a good backline help with leader. He's a really good leader and some really great skills here, like has really good buffs in the backline and just a great player overall. And I have like I said, I have Ire, who is my new goalkeeper. I initially was using my Black Tortoise over here, but I switched once Ire got her buff, because Ire has a really strong shield now that actually increases her penetration resistance, and I feel like I've been trying to do a critical resistance backline, and that's been working out better than having Black Tortoise as my goalkeeper. So I've been really trying to invest in Ire. I'm almost up with all the power-ups, and I actually have her at amplified power-up +7. So yeah, I'm really liking Ire so far. And I have Duran over here. Oh my gosh, Duran. I finally saved up enough D-stones. My first purchase in D-stones was actually Duran, and I can't explain how happy I am with him. Really great debuffs on the enemies, and has a really strong buff as well, increasing the max HP, attack power, and defense. But yeah, you guys know that already. So these are my stones on him. I have a Wise Man's Trail. It really helps out as well. And yeah, so these are my stones, and let's move on. I have Khaled right now. I know this is kind of weird, but like, I've been trying to use Khaled recently. I got really lucky and managed to get a lot of him from player draw, and just by saving up crystals and trying to draw for him. So I actually haven't really spent many liters on him. But anyway, I've been trying to play around with him because he has a really good skill called Sharp Figure that decreases the critical rate and action speed of the enemies within the position. And I initially had him with since I don't have Mark of the Bond, I had like a light cooperative defense stone and 2 ardor cooperative defense stones, and that got me up to like 30% cooperative defense, which I was trying to see if that worked out, but it wasn't really that reliable since I don't have Mark of the Bond. But anyway, Metacom actually came out with a video recently when Khaled got his EE and said that it would be interesting to try him out with Ancient Stormer. So I took it off of my Miho and I've been trying it with him, and I think he's been actually pretty fast. Let's talk about Grandeur. So Grandor's has been a really strong player on my team, not necessarily because of her stats, but basically because she has a really good ace skill that increases the attack power and critical resistance of my players, especially with the ace burst by 56%. So she's been really good. I also have EBM on her, so that helps out. And it also has a really good substat of decreasing the inflicted damage by 8.4%. She's been really reliable with stealing from the enemy. She also has a really good active skill, I feel, for my team. Anyway, let's keep going. So moving on, I'm going to be talking about some of my other players that are like on the bench right now. So I have Miho, which is maybe my favorite Whirlwind player that I have so far. And just because I have her super powered up and level 70 plus 160, and she has really great skills, super fast with this stone setup. Obviously, I would have Ancient Storm on her, but I'm trying it on Khaled right now. She's super fast, keeps on stealing from the enemy, super reliable, and just has really great skills, like I said earlier. Next, I will talk about Silk. So Silk is also a really strong player on my team that sometimes I'll put in because she has a great active that increases the critical resistance of my team by 50%. Also having this skill, which also increases critical resistance whenever being attacked. So it's great to have her if someone in my backline gets banned, I can put her in and just buff my critical resistance in the backline. I'm actually thinking about putting her onto my main team and seeing who I can take out. But yeah, I don't have her fully superbed, but she is really, really strong. I have these stones on her. I'm not really sure what to do. I don't really know what the best build on her would be. I have Encompassing Soul on her because I don't know who else to put Encompassing Soul on. I think Earth's Cry is pretty good on her, but like I said, I have it on Aslan at the moment. So yeah, and next I will be talking about my Shing. So Shing is actually a really strong center mid for me and a staple when it comes to playing live PvP, because since I always try to block the ban on my Ire, I normally get banned from my Kurel, so Kurel gets banned a lot, so I can sub him in, and I got lucky by pulling him a lot in draws, and I have him at max SPU. So yeah, these are my stones on him. I got a Star's Tears recently, so that's pretty cool. And he's been working out really well, has really high reflex, gets up to like around 3,500, 600-ish with the Jade Rakshasa position buff. And so here is my Ernesto. And as you can see, I don't really have him built at all. Like, he only has one SPU. I got a copy of him a while ago. And these are my stones on him. Don't really know what to do. But I do see him a lot with Beatrice in the front line, so I am interested in trying to work on him in the future. Anyway, next I have Rudiel, and Medical made a video recently saying that she is possibly the best stealer now. So I am interested in building her and maybe trying out with a Kirin in the front line, seeing how that works. I do have a Kirin, but I don't have him built at all. As you can see, I do have a Kirin over here. He's only level 21, yeah, so maybe I will work on him in the future, but for now I don't have the resources, so I'm going to keep with my Beatrice. I really like Beatrice. Anyway, okay, so next is Lynne, and Lynne has been on my team since, I can't even remember, like, it's been so long. I've had her for a really long time, and she's just such a good midline player. I have Ignition Catalyst on her. I haven't been using her recently, so I don't have all my stones on her right now, but she's really strong, has high reflex, and just really good at playing mid, and she can forward pass to my front line, so she is strong. But for now, I'm trying out with Aslan, Kurel, and Jade Rakshasa. Maybe I'll put her back on my team in the future, I don't know. Next is Kiki, and Kiki has always been really good. Even though I don't have her max superbed, she's always able to try and steal and done well with that. And these are my stones on her. I don't know what I would put on her. I normally would put Earth's Cry on her, but I have it on Aslan, like I said. So I just have a Metatron's Will. I don't know what to do. But anyway, she has really good skills, and yeah, I just really enjoy playing with Kiki. And she buffs my max HP in the back line as well as the pass effect. and action speed. So action speed has been really good. Sometimes I'll put Kiki in the back with Miho, and they're so fast. Anyway, that's it for now. These are my other players if you want to take a look. I don't really have them built, but yeah, I really like Whirlwind, and I'm excited to be putting out some more videos in the future, probably live PvP or arena once I, get up there actually. But anyway, thank you for watching, and this is my first video on Soccer Spirits. Peace out.